Hello there, I hope you're well. This is Rob Cornish from gainhigherground.com, and in this video what I'd like to do is walk you through some of my favourite WordPress plugins. Okay, now first things first, WordPress is really the platform to use. Whatever you're doing online, okay, WordPress is kind of the default solution. I've created lots of blogs. This is my personal blog here, you can see in front of you, with WordPress, and I've also created other things like squeeze pages, sales pages, even membership sites, okay, which have made me a lot of money, all based on WordPress, and WordPress is completely free. Now, one of the great things about WordPress is that there's lots of other companies, third-party companies, that create plugins and themes for WordPress. Okay, so WordPress itself is quite simple, but when you start using these different plugins and themes, you can really make it come to life, and that's what we're going to look at in this video. So what I'm going to do is actually open a new tab here and go into the back end of my blog and talk through some of the plugins. So I'm going to come down here to plugins, okay, and let's have a look. We'll go through the list and I'll point out the main ones for you. So the first one is Akismet, okay, and this is anti-spam. So what happens is there's a lot of silly people really around the internet that use software programs that post on different blogs, just random comments. Okay, if you've had a blog, you'll know what I mean, and it just gets a real pain because you have to constantly, spam or delete these comments that you get on your blog. So Akismet, what that does is actually stop all this spam coming to your blog and just let the genuine comments come through. It's absolutely brilliant. It really works very well. And if you're just starting your blog, you can activate that Akismet plugin for free. Okay, if you have started making money, then you can actually choose how much to pay. Okay, so you can pay a little bit of money every month as a donation, which I recommend that you do. But when you get started with Akismet, you can do that for free. Alright, so I'd really recommend that you do that. And Akismet comes automatically when WordPress is installed, so you just need to actually activate it. Now the next plugin is called Audio Player, okay, and basically Audio Player by Martin Lane is excellent. In fact, I'll go back to the blog and show you an example here. If I go to let's have a look. I will search here for interview, okay, because I've done a lot of audio interviews on my blog. Let's have a look here, and I'll just find a suitable post to show you, and then I can show you actually how this works. So let's have a look. Here's one with Michelle Champion, who's a great marketer over near the Seattle area in the Pacific Northwest of the US. So this plugin, this is what it does. It creates this little player here. So if I actually click on that button. Hello everyone, it's Rob Cornish here, and welcome through your blog. Okay, so I hope you saw that. It just creates this little player that pops out, and you can play an audio file. Very useful for audio interviews. Okay, so that's Audio Player. By the way, if you want to find any of these plugins, then all you'd have to do is go to plugins and add new. Okay, I'll just show you this, and just go to, if you wanted to find that one, you'd go to Audio Player, search plugins, and there we go, Audio Player by Martin Lane. It's already installed for me, but obviously if you haven't got this, then you can just click install and get it set up. Okay, so let's go back to my plugins list, and I'll keep going through the list. Okay, so Contact Form 7 is a good one. Alright, and if I go to my blog and go to the contact page, Contact Form 7 is what creates this page here. Okay, or this section, this form if you like, that people can get in touch with me. Okay, you'll also notice there's actually a captcha code at the bottom, so people have to enter the letters here, and that's just to stop automatic programs kind of spamming you basically. And this is actually a separate plugin, but it works with Contact Form 7, so I'll show you that. Contact Form 7 there, these are all free by the way, all these plugins, I should mention, you don't have to pay any money. And the one that does the capture is called Really Simple Capture. Okay, and if you just install both of those, they work together to give you the form that you've just seen. Okay, Dig is the next one I'll show you. Now Dig, what that does is actually create, if I go to a post here, let's just go to a post that I have, and if we scroll to the bottom, can you see these icons here, which allows people to tweet my post? So you can see on this particular post 10 visitors to my blog have tweeted this post, which is great because it helps it go viral, lets other people know about it, and 2 people have liked it on Facebook. Well, that's what Dig does, and you can have many more social media buttons there, and it's very in fact I'll show you the interface. If we go here, this is the configuration, and you can just literally select which buttons you actually want to display, so it's very straightforward. Okay, so that is Dig. Google XML sitemaps, this will help Google visit your site and show it round, so I recommend that you install that. As you may know, Google, getting traffic from Google is quite a long-term game, these days, so I wouldn't worry too much, but it does help a little bit, so Google XML sitemaps is worth having. Now this one, JW Player plugin for WordPress, and what that does is actually work with another plugin I've got called WordTube. Okay, so there's WordTube and JW Player plugin for WordPress, and what this does is allow me to put videos on my site. So if I actually go to media up here, you'll see there's actually WordTube which is added. So if I go in there, these are all the videos I have on my blog. Alright, and this is how WordTube works. So what happens is you can display these videos in a nice player actually in your posts on your blog or on your site, and whether it's a squeeze page or anything like that. And if I actually go and actually have a look at one of these, let's have a look. Yeah, this is actually, I went and interviewed Chris Farrell a long time ago actually, and Joe Barnes. Okay, and these are the players that you get, so it gives you this nice little toolbar at the bottom where people can rewind the video and adjust the volume and everything, and that's basically what WordTube and JW Player do. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look. Go on here. Social profiles widget. Okay, and what this does is, I'll show you if we go back to the site. It adds this area here, so it says follow Rob on. You can subscribe to the RSS feed so people can get the updates in an RSS reader like Google Reader, or they can follow me on Twitter or Facebook. Okay, so that's what that does, and again you can configure that as you like. I tend to like to keep things pretty simple, okay, but that's up to you, of course. Now, subscribe to comments is probably the last one I'll look at really, because that's the oh, there's one more actually I'll show you after this, but subscribe to comments, I'll show you what this does. It's very subtle. If we actually go to this post, and obviously at the bottom of the post, see lots of people have commented here. The very bottom there is a place to comment, okay, so people can leave a comment, But what this plugin does is add this little icon here. So it says notify me of follow-up comments via email. And that's really good, because what happens is people leave a comment, and if they check that box, they'll then receive an email when you reply to them, or when somebody else posts a comment on this this page. So when they see that email, they'll likely click the link and they'll come back to your blog again. So it increases engagement. People are more likely to engage and reply to comments, but also it can increase your traffic, okay, and make people visit your blog more often. So that's just a very, very simple, it's probably the simplest plugin we've looked at, but you know, that's another good little tip for you that's worth doing. Now the final one I'll cover is this WP spoiler, okay, and WP spoiler just adds what they call a spoiler section, or a hidden show hide section to your post. So if I go and find an example, and I normally just use these on let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one. And we'll go to this post. Okay, so this is an interview, an audio interview I recorded over Skype with a guy called Ralph Burns, who's works online, and he's taken his whole family right round to every single state in the US. It's amazing, and they're doing it in an RV, right? So it's a really interesting thing, and of course it's an audio interview there. But look what I have here, show me the transcript. So watch what happens when I click this link. Can you see this transcript of the interview, okay, which it just cost me about $15 on Odesk to get transcribed. Look at all the text I have here. Okay, so that's probably too much to put just on the blog because it looks very messy, so it's really nice to have this section where I can hide it or expand it, and that's what I do there. Okay, so that is WP Spoiler. Now there's loads more plugins that you can use. There really are. There's literally thousands of them. But and there are some other great ones as well. But I like to keep things simple, and these are the ones that I use on my blog. Okay, so I hope that helps. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. It's always good to speak to you, and that's it. So this is Rob Cornish from GainHighGround.com. Hope to speak to you very soon. Take care.